Welcome to the new hostiles mode of Scam Together, my own script fixes fork. This is just an experimental for fun thing. Basically, I've set up a high elf that's sided with the Stormcloaks in Helgen. And what this will do is I've added Thalmor, the Vigilance of Stendar, and even the Imperials as hostile factions to me in a separate ini file. And what this will do when I connect is basically it will aggro enemies of like the character I am. It is a high elf, so it could be considered like some sort of Thalmor presence that everyone in the land knows has flipped side or something. And just for roleplay purposes, whenever I will go close to Imperial controlled areas, they will be like
now ain't this a surprise?
Alerted, like this bandit here. So let's see if there are any Imperial aggressive NPCs on the way to Whiterun. I think the guards count as the Imperial faction. This new aggro function, it triggers when the AI come into range of the player, and the player who localizes them as the cell owner, they will be attacked and looked for a certain moment of time, and then the NPCs will kind of give up. So you have a couple of seconds to get your bearings and to hide or to do something that will not get you in trouble, for example. I don't know if there are any Imperials on the way to Whiterun, and I don't know their aggression level, because the system, it kind of relies on them being aggression 1 or higher, so it won't really pull in a lot of, let's call it civilians, because they are usually level 0 aggression. So these Imperials, they were alerted to my presence and they kind of went out and looked for me, and if they spotted me very close or got startled, they can basically attack me on their own like this. And this is because I set them as a hostile faction to me. So this can cause some I guess unique situations and new things. For example, this character or a party that sided with Ralof in the beginning, you could roleplay as them being part of some kind of exiled faction, and you could exile them from a certain town where you know that there are guards of a certain faction. You could make yourself hated by the companions, for example, and have them attack you or look for you, and this will of course prevent you from entering your Vasker safely. And when I approach Whiterun here, I think they should be part of the Imperial faction. So you see, the guards here have been made aware of my presence, and now they're attacking me. And this is without like any specific mods to their behavior. It is just something I put on my local player that for my local player, if I get close to them when I'm not in the presence of like a party leader who would mitigate it some other way on their end, these guys will attack. But if I went here with, say, an Imperial player, and he's the party leader and they go first, and I come with them, then it is less likely that the guards will attack, because their AI will belong to his client and his INI file as well. So this makes for an interesting playthrough where you may not have the chance to go everywhere that you please, and you may have to also keep in mind, like the Civil War, if that's the factions you're choosing to change, and if they take you down, they will not be hostile anymore. So you are not blocked from going everywhere, but you are kind of getting the sensation that these people are against you and that you may need to hide, for example. So let's say I needed to go hide in Whiterun before being able to go visit some place here. So let's say we need to go to the, I think it is called the Hall of the Dead. So we basically want to get away from some of the guards and hide. The next time we enter the city, if we enter from a place where the guards don't have visibility, then you can see here there are a couple of ways to escape the hostility, but the undead, they will also look for you, and if they spot you, it's like you can't enter an area as silently as you do in Vanilla Skyrim. For example, the last skeleton here didn't really find me, so after this they are easier to stealth against. So this adds a bit of a challenge, and it also helps you try to enter places where there's less line of sight. So here I will be entering Whiterun in sneak mode, and of course the nearby guards are going to be angry and they're going to be looking for me. And now that I'm hidden, the coast is clear to move wherever I want to go. There's still a chance that if I get out of range and reinstigate them, I will have to run. And of course, if I enter the Dragon's Reach, let's see what happens. It is likely that I will be prevented from talking to the Jarl, stuff like that. And some of these are also designed to defend the Jarl. they will basically show you who's boss before you get to respawn. Maybe afterwards they will treat you differently.
What's the meaning of this interruption? Jarl Balgruuf? Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to
So, you were at Helgen.
So you're not
You
blocked
saw
from
this dragon
doing
with your own
everything,
eyes?
but you get the sensation of being some type of hunted person, or something like that.
But it's none of my
And if you
concern
don't
who
fight
the
back, you
Imperials
don't
want to
cause any
execute,
bounties, and that
especially now.
prevents the
What I want to
behavior
know is
from repeating
what
as much.
exactly happened at Helgen? I should
So you
have
can
guessed
tell them
Ulfric
like,
would
oh,
be
I did this
mixed up in
because the
this.
Imperials were capturing
What do you
us,
say
yada
now,
yada.
Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
Yeah, this system is based on aggression, so some of these NPCs, they are not aggressive, and if their faction matches the ini file, they will not react, but the ones who reacted this time was probably the aggression 1 guards, and they belong to the Imperial Legion, which was one of the factions that I added to my ini file for this character. So let's go to Windhelm, for example. Hopefully around here they will not have any Imperial allegiance. So when I'm out here, you see no one is attacking me, and if I enter the city or the Stormcloak area, I should probably be fine, unless there's a Thalmor. So I added the Thalmor as well, to show you what happens when I go to a place like... yeah, let's try...
You come here where you're not wanted. You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse
So
to help
here's
the
safe.
Stormcloak.
We haven't taken a side because it's not our fight.
Hey, maybe the reason these Greyskins don't help in the war
Spare a coin for a
Imperial
poor old
spies.
woman.
Please, someone do something.
These seem to be in some type of Imperial allegiance. I don't know what will happen now. I died when I went into here. Maybe they will not attack me due to this.
What was that?
Mercy.
Thought I heard something. The old gods give me strength! I die for my people.
Let's see what these guys have. They are Imperial. So them hitting me basically taught me a lesson that this place is not for my faction. And if I go into the keep here, they will probably look for me and make it difficult. But it should also alert the Thalmor inside, if they are aggressive, that is. So yes, they are gonna attack me. Let's see about the... Let's look bounced off of me as well.
Teach you to mess with me.
So that's kind of how the system works.
That's enough, though.
If you choose to add friendly factions to the hostile list. If you go somewhere else, like we can go towards the ritual stone. So see here the bandits up the hill. Whenever I come close here, they will start looking around the hillside. And if there's enemies up the road here, they will start positioning and looking for me a bit earlier. And they will have weapons out, shields out, ready to block. If they are mages, they will probably start using their spells before you have a chance to like go and sneak attack them. So the vanilla system in Skyrim is a bit boring because you can just go and snipe stationary targets who have very predictable patrols. But with this system, like the necromancer up here, he's already been alerted and already summoned the skeletons, for example. So if I try to go up here,
I knew it.
skeletons will be up. If they had an alteration spell, they would already be fortifying their armor. And if they were some type of summoner or I guess an archer, they could start moving around, start shooting you. I did some experiments in the beginning where I added other animals as well. But the wolves, for example, they don't always have a high enough aggression to trigger with this kind of blanket mod that I already have. So now as you approach here, you see the enemies are already moving and you are less likely to be able to like land a shot on them.
Hold it. This here's a toll road, see? You're gonna have to hand over... fine. I can tell you aren't worth the trouble. Just get out of here before I change my mind.
So it heightens the tension a little bit, like the enemies feel like they are a bit more on edge, that they know that players might be coming to attack them. Forts will know that I guess they are more likely to be attacked, so it gives the impression that they could have a scout or someone watching for approaching enemies, or it will look like they are fortifying their stations a lot sooner than when you actually just enter the gate already.
I don't care. Leave me alone.
I don't have time for this foolishness.
You can make yourself
Now come along quietly, and we won't have to get rough. Brother, I think she's telling the truth.
I'm not going anywhere. Now
See
back
what
off
these
before I
guys
do
do.
something drastic.
These are
She
not
doesn't have to
aggressive,
go.
so they would not be
What?
able to be
You're
controlled.
right. We've made a mistake. Now move along before that mountain.
So So when you're just running around in nature, you will also get some intel about where you could be attacked from, or where there could be, I guess, interesting counters or loot. So many players might have missed that they could go uphill here and find some combat. This time it's really only skeletons. So we've tested now the Thalmor, and we've tested the Imperial cities. Now we can test a mage fort. So when you come into view, you see they are already moving, looking around, and it will be a little bit harder for you to find an opening. Of course it's not impossible, but as soon as you move closer, you see that they can spot you, their allies can spot you just by you loading in a few more of them in your AI ownership radius, basically. I think in vanilla Skyrim these bandits would not have been on alert, or these warlocks would not have been on alert. They will also leave you alone after you been like taught a lesson. So that is kind of how the system works. I'll also show we have some of the creatures. They will also be angry towards you if you encounter them in the wild. I think one of them is the frostbite spiders. They might have different variants in aggression, of course. Let's see where we are. Here, looking for is it Crow Vandal Cave? Don't know if the dragons will aggro the same way, because I haven't measured their aggression yet. I'm not sure how this mod interacts with, say something like the voice of the sky that you get going up to the greybeards, that keeps animals friendly towards you. Since this mod is mostly about the human factions, I'm I'm not exactly sure how it ends up working, but here you can see all the spiders will be looking for you. And this is true for the Draugr as well. All of them will be kind of ready to fight. And it will be harder to get stealth bonuses. Unless you find a really good hiding spot just after entering the dungeon, stuff like that. And there are usually good hiding spots in the beginning. I'm not sure if I added the vampires to this. These are vampires in here. You find them outside, like hunting at night or something. They usually have version 2 and that will trigger them, so you don't always need to add them as a faction. Let's see here. Yeah, this one is aggression 2, so they will aggro by default. And this will wake some enemies up from their beds, take them away from their distractions. So it will up the difficulty a little bit for the players, and hopefully make stealth more of like a reactionary tactic, and less formulaic when you approach somewhere, because you're not going to be able to like shoot an arrow at the place where they always stand in vanilla. The enemies will look around and move around before you even get there, and it will make things a little bit more unpredictable. So I hope you will like it and try out like a specialized campaign and see how it feels. Something similar to what I did with the Stormcloak soldier here. So him being beaten by Imperials along the way is a bit more immersive. Thanks for watching.